men shooting the shit as we dismantle Shit Creek, trying to rescue fellow humans from the jobbies.
Every time.
From the jobbies. How's it going, Neighbour?
Brilliant. Absolutely tickety-boo, as they say.
Well, it's good to be back in the cage. It's been a fucking while, let me tell you.
It's fucking cold in the cage. But
It is fucking cold in the cage, eh?
it was ages yesterday getting this sorted out because doing the DIY Bob the Builder shite. This was fucking stowed with crap, as you can see behind me with my headrest. Tins of paint are now all stacked over there. The bicycle's now in the shed. But yeah, again, see that stuff. That's what you do inside your head. The whole thing with booklet one is clearing out shit. You declutter shit and you make space. You make space for new stuff to come in. So your fancy new cameras come in and they're working.
And well, aye, 2 of them. 2 to 3 ain't bad, mate.
Oh, meatloaf.
I see you've got a flat screen there. I know. Is that gone up?
No, that's the old one.
Oh, that's it, right.
Yeah.
Just like you say, you clear out old shite and new shite comes
I'm just that miserable that I've no managed to chuck it yet, because I know that there's somebody somewhere that's not got a fucking telly that might say, give me that. I threw the stand away though, stupidly.
Watch it, didn't he fucking run up to, what is it, fucking cash generator.
Cash generators.
It's got a nice one, Al.
Thanks for that, you big rads. I think I've had that before. People that are taking stuff and flogging it for themselves. Yeah.
Can't beat it. So it's been a while, pal. We've had a good wee chat earlier while we were setting up this shit. What's going on? How's you?
Do you know, everything is going as they would say, to plan, as in with the things that I want to do, helping other people. But see the amount of people that seem to be coming out helping other people. You're like, this is fucking brilliant. And it is. It works for me. I'll no give up, never want to give up, never intend to give up. And if it's anything that I can give to somebody that just boosts their day in any way, shape or form, I'm never going to fucking stop until the clock stops on me. And so, yeah, it's since the last time I think we sat down, which would have been the second booklet, I think that was the last time, wasn't it?
It was, aye. I mean, the camera's fucked up
It's
and the recording
no fucking stopped. And the things, the weirdest, serendipitous things that have happened, the people that have come out of the woodwork for fucking years. I did the TikToks about them, and I try and talk about them. But obviously the one wee pal that came out, and then I got back in touch with him, and then he passed away. That was quite fucking sad. A female that came out, got the booklets, then she passed away. That was more so before the Christmas. But then people that have been gone, absent for fucking years. When my pal Matty come over from Ireland, I thought it was 17 years. I don't know where the fuck that come from, but it was 23 years since he left. But I hadn't maybe sat with him for a while beforehand. But see, doing the tour with him, and then he come back over again just last week, I think it was, with his wife. And we done a wee tour as well. And see that, the nostalgia that was there is just unbelievable, because they were Matty was the guy that his family moved into Stockbridge.
Aye.
People didn't get it, and it's a very bizarre concept. Is that being for Shit Creek, you're limited to the availability of places you can go. So you will be baked, sun-dried under a yellow streetlight. If you escape that yellow streetlight in the dark hours, you'll go under a white light, which is the city. And you're like, wow. And I swear to fuck you wouldn't believe it, but my head used to be like in awe. Like, wow, everything looked different. Your blue jeans had a different sheen. Oh, fuck, aye. But being
the police can fucking spot you.
Exactly. But being for Shit Creek, you're not allowed to be in these places, and that white light will identify you. When Matty's mum moved into Stockbridge, I started secondary school, obviously everything that went the way that it did. And then once I'd found the key to the door myself, and thought, you can't, I'm in for all of this. Give me it all. One of the places that we went, he was there because I'd met this new buddy at school. Matty was the older brother, and he had 2 sisters as well. There was a mum, stepfather, so it was a whole family environment, which mine was dysfunctional as fuck. There's no point in being about the bush. But this is one of the things where I would stare. I would just find myself staring wildly, thinking, wow, this is a brand new concept. The whole area, the people, this fucking fondness for each other. There's
families
no
and-
cups getting rattled off each other's heads and stuff like that. I fucking loved it. So when he come back with his wife, I mean, we done the tour ourselves, 2 guys, and that was fascinating. We dug up some fucking fields, I tell you what, it was hilarious. But then when he come back with his wife, there was one bit where it's Allen Street is there. That led up to his mum's flat. So we walked it every day. But here, it's the same fucking street. It's called Mary's Place.
Mary's Place.
And that's an old, I think it was Marvin Gaye that was Meet Me at Mary's Place. Matty was walking that way. His wife was walking that way, and they looked at each other right outside Mary's Place. She's from Ireland, and that's when they met, and that's, I think he said 37 years.
Wow.
37 fucking years.
And they just 2 strangers that fucking...
2 strangers at class. It was one, again, it's the serendipitous stuff. She come over for Ireland, was meant to go one place, landed at Waverley, her and a pal, looked in the places to go. Oh, there's a bedsit thing in Stockbridge. Where is it? Mary's Place. That rings bells for us, with the whole religion thing. So they went there, and then Matty walked. It's just that thing. You think, fuck me, 37 years later, and you're back full circle looking each, because they took a photo. She took a photo of what she saw. He took a photo of what he saw.
Right.
And then you just go like that. Whoop, 37 years, kids, grandkids, life story, everything. Fucking
Amazing,
fascinating, yeah.
Amazing.
It gets me because I am that sentimental bastard. People will say to me, how the fuck do you remember that things? Because it excuse the pun, but when it touches you, it sticks and it stays. And it does fascinate me hearing somebody's journey. That's why these things are fascinating. No, you said yesterday, what do we want to talk about? Have you been watching? I didn't watch the fucking news. Why am I interested? I'm never going to be programmed. I've proved the point. I was never formatted, and I'm fucking over the moon that I was never formatted. You're never going to get somebody that I've met anyway that is what would you call it? Is brand new and unformatted as me. I've never ever taken to man's rules, man's laws, man's education, all of these things. They just didn't work on me. And it's not me just bigging it up like, oh, I'm a smart ass. No, it just never worked. I went into the prison system. I've never done a sentence in my life. I've done days type of thing. 2 remands and 3 wee shitty daft ones. I think the most I'd done was about 110 days or something silly. And I never even done them all. I have no idea what happened. Not got a fucking clue. Didn't understand it. No, this is a regime and a system that's been in place for fucking generations.
And it's
I've no idea.
It's
fucking daft.
It's daft.
When you look at the way it is just now, you've got Group 4 security. And that's probably one of the better ones because staying with the serendipitous things and these people appearing, their stories are fucking immense. To me, they're magic. And there is a magical thing that's happening. And I don't know if everybody sees it, but I get enough feedback and I see enough, because I can only go with my own eyes. Again, it's only my eyes that I see it through. The people are doing this journey, whether they're just becoming illuminated, enlightened. I don't know. There's something happening globally. And we've been talking about for a long time. Where 2020 vision allows you to see through things. The transparency's there, so we're seeing through the government, we're seeing through the bullshit. When you're not talking about news, you obviously know that little Miss Sturgeon is she's thrown. She's fucking. She's thrown the towel. Media. Exactly. All the wee parodies that's there. But the one guy that's in the front running is a guy who is of ethnic descent or whatever the fuck you want to call it, without offending anyone. And his speech, if you've never saw his speech, you will see it, because it's doing the tours on TikTok and stuff there now. He stands and he says, the Scottish Government this and the Scottish Government that, and isn't it embarrassing to all these fucking people, da-da-da. And then he starts, First Minister, white. The chairperson, white. And everybody's white. Now, if you reverse that and say he gets the job as First Minister, and you say that one time, you'll not even list how many people are. You'll get one, and you're done.
And you're
jailed.
Done. You'll be put out. You'll be fucking deplatformed, as they say.
You'll be fucking jailed.
It's fucking nuts.
But if you take right back to the very beginning, and I tried to say up on the bridge that people are being tested to distraction, no destruction. Because the system and man, as I define them, the manipulator and the narcissist, he can't kill you. but he can fucking help you kill yourself.
Aye.
And see, when you take that for the micro world and the macro world, the micro being inside your mind, the macro being the big outside, life wouldn't kill me, but it would give me everything that let me kill myself. So abuse, trauma, all of that fucking shit would allow me to kill myself. And at that age, when I found the enlightenment myself, whether it be 13 or 14, I know that when I met the glue sniffing man, that's when it all changed. Everything just went fucking flip. The monkey came out and I was delighted. And that's I was the same all the way right through to right now sitting here. I'll never kill myself.
No.
But I'll invite anybody to come and kill me. I don't fucking care. Because it ticks a lot of boxes to see what comes next. If nothing happens, nothing happens.
Aye.
I'm not going to lose. I'm not going to fail. But if it is right and I'm right, then it ticks that big, massive box that I was never a delusional bastard. That everything I believed, that I saw, I felt, I lived by, was real.
Was real, aye.
There's nothing wrong with that, I don't think.
I know, and it's often wonder. Often it's the fucking big question, how many stars are in the sky, fucking, who is there life after death? Do we go somewhere else? Do we come back? Do we come back with partly of the knowledge? Because, and I say that, because the first two, well, in fact, as soon as she could speak, my daughter Ivy, right, the minute she could speak, Alan, we would take her, I would take her to bed, her mother would take her to her bed at night, and that bairn would say to us both, I want to go home.
Yeah.
I want to go home. And it freaked me out a lot of the time, and that bairn said that an awful lot. Right up until I would say she was about fucking 2.5, maybe 3, 4, it started to get less and less. It was there, and I actually took her for a walk. I was there visiting my mother in Rosyth, and I was up at the Glen in Dunfermline, and my mother was there, her mother was there, and Ivy was there, and we're walking down through the Glen, and she's, I used to come here with my mum and my auntie, and her auntie used to bring her, my auntie used to live over there, and we used to walk down here, and we used to go up there. And we're fucking, this bairn's 3-year-old, eh?
Yeah.
And then latching that to the, I want to go home, please take me home, please take me home, that bairn used to say to us.
I done it in 2010.
So is that, like we're saying, the flip side, that someone being reborn and has still got a part of the fucking past there,
100%.
Like we say,
kids do it.
Like
and
you
then
get a present or you feel something. Is that something that's still fucking lingering, eh?
I've never doubted it. Never doubted it. When I sniff glue, and that's I didn't lie. It's a stupid thing, and it's a silly thing to think that I would fucking lie when you hear the story that's there. I detest lies.
Yeah.
They have a fucking effect on me.
And no one one likes the truth. How fucking bizarre.
I love the fucking truth.
Aye.
Well, that's what, when I done the glue, I crossed over to the other side. Now, I didn't talk about it. Why? Because people would be like, you're fucking idiot, you're a raj. I didn't require people's judgment. I didn't require the fucking thinking or the theories in it. It's mine. It's like let's identify as toasters and everything else. I didn't walk about saying that I enjoy this, that, or the other. I didn't wear a t-shirt or dye my fucking hair to say I'm heterosexual. Nothing at all. Why? Because it's my private fucking life. And the word is there, given by man, to say it's private. Leave it the fuck alone. So when it comes to religion, spirituality, all of these things, mine is private. Why? Because I'm not going to convince you to do you've got your beliefs. But as a child, you know where you come from. And as an older person that starts to become senile and starts seeing things, are they seeing it? Or are people just like, give them more morphine?
Or
they're seeing it. 2020, the whole thing, again, these doodles and paintings and drawings, they're everywhere. Whenever you see me drawing a wheel, that's what happens. The wheel stopped in 2020. There is no coming back. This is it. This is the final curtain call for everybody. Everybody that's passing over, that's what you do. You pass over. It's the end of your chapter. Then you begin a new chapter somewhere else. And I've always believed it. That's why I'm saying that man can come and kill me if he wants, because then I get to see what happens next. And I have 100%, 99.9, 100% belief that we go elsewhere beyond this. I reckon that if we were going down that road, hell is man's creation. I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it. When you think of what's in hell, it's man's creation. Jimmy Savile and all his buddies, they're all in hell. What does he create? He creates prisons. Man wouldn't go into the prisons, but he created them to house other men you'll find that there's quite intelligent people in there. And when you get the people that should be in hell inside that prison system, they're very well catered for.
Right.
They're very well looked after for their short stay. And I watch it all the time. They'll break a brain. The sexual abuse on a child, to me, is nothing compared to the damage you're doing to their fucking brain. And you shatter their minds. Shatter their minds.
Yeah.
How do you know? Because they've been there and they've got a t-shirt and a nice shiny pair of shoes that I've wore for a long fucking time.
Aye.
They're just old items. But the brain, the damage that's done to the brain, it's almost irreversible. But you can heal it. You can fix it yourself. And you do fix it yourself. Man will tell you that he can give you drugs, give you counselling, psychiatric help, everything else. Or there's an option B, there's door number B, where you just shut it away. You shut the whole fucking thing inside a tiny wee room inside your mind. Exactly. Hence the wee fucking booklet.
Aye.
It was all there. It's all there, hidden within the lines. I've never tried to hide anything as much, because if I was to turn around and say, look, this is what happens, this is what I believe, blah, 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 then people can then pick that to bits. The first booklet was never to be about my story. It was how I dealt with it and how I see that as trauma victims, we hide behind the wall. And the best analogy that I've had, that I keep giving people just now, and like I say, it's no stopped, everything keeps going.
Keeps going, aye.
Is Mathew Kelly syndrome. It stars in their eyes.
Stars in
you,
their
you,
eyes,
you picture it. You're up in front of this individual, and he'll say to you, right, okay, so Alan, tell us who you're going to be. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be an abuse victim. You go through the smoke. It's what comes back.
Aye.
It's a fucking different version.
character.
It's a character. And so many people remain in character and forget there's somebody behind the smoke that you've left, because they're untapped, they're unfucking unabused, they're everything. Because they're still standing saying, I just can't coming back. Because you split your personality and you go out into the big wide world. You end up drink, drugs, prostitution, crime, prison, da-da-da-da-da. And then if you're fucking lucky enough to get about 3 to 4 decades down the line, and then you have a penny drop moment, or you meet an asshole like me that says to you, see all that baggage, it's not yours. You never done anything wrong. You've left the wee guy behind the smoke. And you're like, can't you right? Everything I've done is because what man done to me behind that smoke.
It's funny what you're saying, because I was watching a thing last night under the label of autism, and it's the guy that does the fucking country file with the blonde bird.
Who was talking? Somebody was talking about it yesterday.
Amazing.
Chris somebody.
Aye.
Peckham.
Aye.
Or Packham.
Something like that. But
It's
anyway,
him. Got a wee bit.
fucking amazing. An amazing insight to people that have that label.
Yep.
Because they're like you say, there was one boy, you know the boy Ken Bruce?
I didn't ken Bruce.
Aye, Ken Bruce. Aye.
You ken Barry.
You Ken Barry? Aye, Barry got you.
You're Raj.
Aye, fucking Ken Bruce's son. Now, and they portrayed it on the way, like, how fucking ironic is it that Ken Bruce makes a living through talking, but he's got a son who can't fucking talk, but is super fucking intelligent.
Yeah.
Now, that whole show about him, or his character, was last night, was to open everybody's mind to, because that boy can't talk and he might act a different way, or he's locked in there without this ability to fucking natter.
Yeah.
But he can sit and type.
Oh, aye.
But the time it takes him to think, type, you to get it, it's a different fucking realm to what we're on, because that's we can just think it and talk. He's got to think it, think how to fucking type it, and then that's got machines got to then fucking tell you what
Relate it. Yeah.
But what? And they did a whole video. He went with these people, and he had issues with people, but he was accepting the people. You could imagine, and he made the point that
Oh, I can imagine.
such a deep thinker, because he can only think.
Yep.
You know, they can't actually get it out half the time, and that's his autism. Frustration.
That word is fucking massive. And
Massive.
It's who is the clever cunt that decides what is genius and what's autism. Where do these badges and labels come from? Where does ADHD and GBH and fucking hair straighteners, where does it all come from? Because
But
it was
proved
never
one
here
thing,
before.
Beautiful Mind. The
There's
ones that I
another
watched.
movie, A Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind.
Rain Man. They're all the same. Every clue is there to get people to open up without inducing the mind. And that was always my thing for a very, very, very fucking young age. Is why the fuck do I have to induce my mind to believe this? And I never did. I didn't abuse substances. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't take fucking any illegal drugs whatsoever. Anything.
Aye.
But my mind can do all this. No bother at all. And I'm slowly showing people that they can do it as well.
Aye.
The inducement of the mind. No, that's why it's not that I disagree with the acid, any of these hallucinogenics that can trick the mind, all the and this DMTs, ayahuasca, all these things. I don't doubt them. But what I do doubt is I've saw men taking LSD, which is man's manipulation on something that is normal, and blowing their fucking minds. And I'm telling you right now, I saw a guy that has never been the same. I know people that are still within that system.
I know a boy as well.
Because their head's broken.
Two of them, actually. Two friends that I grew up with.
So you want to open your mind. Let's take some DMT. One mind is never the same as another. Hence, that's why we're all fucking different. We're genetically programmed differently. So you might be able to take 5 acid tabs. I can take one and fucking lose the plot.
Oh, mate,
What's already in your mind? It's what's already there.
One mate took acid regularly. He's under that umbrella of schizophrenia, in and out of facilities all his life. Still stays with his mother because somebody's got to look after him. Another boy that just disappeared into his cell, in and out of facilities again because he took acid. Another boy's brother fucking went and leapt off the bridge. You know, your pal, we fucking took acid and jumped off that.
That's it.
One fucking acid and that boy's life was over. And you're right, it doesn't.
Your mind,
and it's the man's one. You know, I've not heard anybody that's took mushrooms out the fucking ground and did anything like that.
Anybody ODing on cannabis either.
Never heard
but
anybody.
They will tell you that it will bring on something else.
Yeah.
Do you know what it brings on? It brings on the key that opens the door that you've hid all the shit in.
Yeah.
It's so fucking simple.
Yeah.
And that passionate thing with the swearing, because I keep getting pulled out because I swear. It's passion. It's your wee man having to type it. I'll swear because I want it out there and I'm passionate about it. Inside the head, and it's an old phrase, the windies are the eyes to the soul.
Yeah.
We've all heard it. Yeah. Well, inside the windies is a room, and inside that room it's supposed to be clear. Now, this will make sense to your daughter. She'll understand it. It's a viewing room for anybody to come inside your head and look through your windows to watch your life. So if you pass over to the other side and you've done your job, you served your time, and you salute, and you're like, right, maybe you go fishing. They'll come into your head whenever they fancy, and they'll watch your daughter. They'll watch what you're doing. Like your old man. They can come and sit and look through your eyes anytime they want, as long as the windows are fucking clean. You're a window cleaner. You know what it's like to have clean windows. But what do? As soon as you get trauma, you can't hack that swimming about inside your head because it wants to kill you. You'll shut the curtains, but you'll also open that room because it's empty. There's nothing in it. I'll put it in there. I'll come back to it later. And you didn't come back to it. You leave it there. You maybe slide some other shite in, some other wee bits. Oh, she cheated on me. I'll fucking put it in there. I'll deal with it later. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm offended. Put it in there. I'll deal with it later. Before you know it, the door's bulging. Nobody can get in. You're the only person that holds the fucking key to that door. 40 years down the line, somebody convinces you to take acid. You open the door. The door opens and it all comes out and bang, you can't take it. It's as fucking simple as that. I can't word that without you questioning it. I can't write that down for you without you questioning it. And everybody that I talk to now, I give them the exact same format. Stars in their eyes and then that room. That's a viewing room. It's all it is. And what's in the viewing room? There's a chair. What is the chair? It's the seat of, if you're a religious person, it's the seat of God. Other people will tell you that the Egyptians refer to the seat of God as the pineal gland. Even your man with the tan will tell you this thing. It's there. They think that it becomes calcified. It gets rocked over with fluoride. Man's fucking shite to stop you thinking. I agree. Decalcifying. Yes, of course. Take all the stuff you want. But be prepared that when you crack that shell, what comes out is that fucking door. You open that door and everything that you've ever suppressed inside your head is coming at you at 100, and you can't stop it. You cannot turn it off. So if it drives you to the bridge, you're fucked. That's why I'm saying, then you go to 12 o'clock with your 12 steps. Go to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. See, by the time you hit 3 o'clock, then you go to 4. Don't fucking open the door at 4. You need to go through. And even if it is, where I've said to you before many times, DMT in the big story I wrote.
Aye.
You'll open the letterbox. You'll look through the letterbox. You'll look through the keyhole.
Aye.
What I done was I kicked the fucking doors off. There is no door. I can pass through any time I fancy. It's mine. I'll own it. So the room has always been cleared. It's whitewashed. It's an autopsy table. So when you give me information, I'll sit down and I'll dissect it. Everything else will go into the paper. It's the clearest. This here is a representation in my mind. If you imagine wiping this whole fucking thing out and there's just a table, that's it. There's no files on the wall. There's nothing. It's all in there. It's all in a memory stick somewhere that you'll not find it because I hide it. I'd done the whole thing by taking the doors off. I try to say it in the first booklet, taking down the barriers, that I made it a visitor's attraction. You can only get that information by coming inside my head. You are inside my fucking head. Everything here is a representation of my life, my journey, my fucking head. Everything. There's nothing in here doesn't have a story.
Bare.
Nothing. An old 10-pence piece. Every piece of fucking jewellery that I've ever picked up, single items, double items, the Bono glasses. Nothing in here doesn't have a story. Nothing. That's my head on the outside. It's all sitting there. It's all available. You can see it any time and say, oh, what's that? What's that? What does that mean? What does that represent?
I was going to ask you, but it looked like you were cleaning them or something like that. I wasn't sure.
Oh, do you know what? I put them there because I've got a wee thing with drawers in it. Because see the big man up there, I don't know if the cameras get him, but he's starting to look like Mr. T or the shite. I put it on him. He's got fucking earrings. There's loads of crystally bits up there. Again, they could all be diamonds. I don't know, and I don't care. They have no value to me apart from something. Put them there. So see when your daughter wants to go home. Home shows this shit at me. Right. And I've never lost it. Never fucking lost it. Every penny that's in that frame up there is me picking that up. You wouldn't believe the extent that I'll go to pick up a penny. Oh, it's almost that autistic thing. But I didn't want a fucking badge saying I'm autistic.
I know, but it's true what you're saying though, because you see things that other people don't see. Could be that realm of autism. The label.
It's a spectrum.
And
it's huge.
It's a spectrum because that guy was talking about it and he says, I don't just see a tree. I see the bark. I see the branch. I see the fucking lead to the leaf. He says, then I see the leaf. Then I see the vines on the leaf. Then I see the damaged ones. He says, that's all in my fucking head.
That's it.
He says, whereas you just see a tree.
It's a dissection.
He says, I see every fucking little bit of that
that's
tree.
It.
He says, and
then
you
you see the representation there.
Aye.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I didn't need the label. Yeah. Am I paranoid? Yeah. Tell me somebody's coming to stab me. I'm paranoid. Is that them there?
Is that I can't come in there?
I'm schizophrenic. Of course I'm schizophrenic. Yeah. Take me for a pint. I become somebody else. I become a happier version of myself. I've had to control every part of me, and that's again, it's that same thing. And I keep repeating the same shit to people, but I'll no stop saying it because each individual mind has to get the same format that comes out of mind. Because a lot of them, believe it or not, they actually say, "Oh, you're quite a clever cunt." I'm not clever. I just work it out, like you're saying. I dissect things. I'll go beyond the tree. I'll go beyond the bark. Where you're seeing out the windows, I'll see the glass. Some people look out the windows at the view beyond. I'll see the glass. I'll see the dirt on the other side of the glass. I'll see the gap between the glass. It's all these things. I dissect things as I walk, as I talk.
Me paranoid that I need to clean my fucking glasses.
Exactly. You've got double glazing. You've got the one bit and then the other. And I know that's biblical as well because they'll say to you, in order to... No, when you can't see the woods for the trees, it's because you've got sticks in your own eyes, but you're telling somebody to look at the tree. Yeah. You can't see it because the hypocrisy is right in your own fucking eyes. So again, we'll drift away on things like that, but taking it back to me being on the spectrum, when I'm talking to somebody and it makes sense, I can only bring it down to a layman's terms. So stars in their eyes, everybody knows that. And everybody can get the idea, you're right, Al. If I didn't walk through that fucking door, I wouldn't have come out as the character that I am. So where they think that, step 4, admit everything that you've done, Tony Toast and Beans. What for? That wasn't me. That was the representation of what fucking happened for the childhood trauma that then, it's Frankenstein's monster. Frankenstein is man. He is a man. And what he creates is a fucking potential monster. Go into the prison system, which is built by man. Man's hell. It's no man's hell. It's where he'll go. So when we cross over and where your daughter wants to go home, we go home. They don't. they stay here in their creation because this is fucking hell.
Aye.
You want to see what hell represents? Come inside my head and just spend a week looking through my childhood traumas and tell me that you can deal with it. One acid will take you off the bridge.
Aye.
One weekend inside my head will make you want to fucking dive off that bridge and then get back up and do it again because you didn't want to see it. People didn't want to. I've had guys say to me, "Oh, I wish it was you." Like, you're off your
fucking
fucking
don't.
head. So to have the spectrum of autism, that's one way of looking at it. It's the way that I deal with it. I find it fascinating in myself sometimes.
Yeah.
But I've now managed to get it down and put it to a finite thing where there's no traumas can come and get me now. I'm absolved of them all.
Right.
I didn't have regrets because every regret, like you think, but I do wish you could have done that. No, because then I would be a cheat, I'd be a fraud. Everything that I've done was, to my mind, was done as tests to serve a purpose. So you didn't have to do it. So the next guy doesn't have to do it. Because if I tell you, listen, by the way, see that hot coal, it's roasting, it's going to burn your hand, and you're like, is it? You touch it, fuck, he was right. You turn around and say to the next guy, then you fucking touch it, you've got to burn yourself. At some point, layman's terms, it will just go like that. There's no need for words, it's just don't. The classic. No, if you see the hot coal and I tell you it's thing, you've got to change your mind. How will you change your mind unless it was all fucking gummage? You only get one mind. You can change your thought, but man will convince you can change your mind without giving you a second head. Is that schizophrenia? It fucking has to be because you can't change your mind unless you open the top, take that one out and plug a new one in. Doesn't happen. You can change your thought every fucking time you change your thought process, and that's evolution. You think that the coal's no hot? I've told you it's hot. Fucking, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I'll learn for myself. Bang, burns you. You've now altered your thought process. You've not changed your mind. You just altered the thought. That's all. Crazy stuff.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
It's very interesting.
But no, it's cracking that you're on the autism spectrum because it's huge. It's massive. But it's who decides? Is it the guy that's sitting there saying, yes, well, autism is this and it's that and it's blah, 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 and it makes you dissect things and spend too much time? So what you do when you finish here, because you've just looked at your clock and you've informed yourself that you just made 70 quid after that half-hour session. What are you drinking tonight? Well, I'm going to put on the laptop, and I've got this X-rated site that I like to look at. I sit in my fucking Speedo underpants with my Lifesaver badge on it, and I like to do things. Drink some wine and put peanut butter on my nipples. You're a fucking weirdo, but you're telling me that I'm fucking on a spectrum. No.
It's funny that, because I've been, exactly for these reasons, what you're mentioning about going to see these so-called professionals, I've been talking to wee Shannon because I've been listening to her. And I just sit and listen and listen and listen. And no, I didn't button because I didn't feel like it's my place yet to button. But she's like the adopted daughter at where I'm living now with Claire and the boys and that. And she's always there, and she's got herself a wee job now, so she's not there so much. But I sit and I listen, and I hear her talking to Jay, and I hear her saying things, and it's all about the counsellors and the somebody's called a PCM or something, or whatever that is, or a CPM. That's it. And how they're wanting me to take this, they're wanting me to take that.
It's a community place nurse, I think. CPM. They're wanting her to take this drug, they're wanting her to take that drug, and she's telling them I'm not doing it because part of her problem was, or part of her story is, that her relations, a sister and the mother, took these drugs from these people that created Shannon's story, if you like, and I'm dying to get her. She wants to do a podcast about it all. Yeah, should.
And I want her to, because I've said to her a few times, we'll do a podcast, you can sit and talk to Alan about it and see that's live. Aye. Because
me explaining it, like I say, I can't answer your question until you ask me the question, which may no work, but I can't explain it unless you ask me. So for somebody to sit there and you to, again, sit in the sidelines and let any one of the cameras sit in the sidelines and watch how I do it, because I can't tell you how I do it.
And I can't tell someone else how you do it. You just fucking do it.
That's it.
And that's the unique...
It's like sitting here. We had no agenda, but here we are, we're spouting shite and we could just keep going. It seems to be kind of threaded in a related manner. But see the medication side. The fairly... No, an old friend, way back. And he went in, and we've been doing the thing. Like I say, we're just unwrapping this fucker. He'd done the whole Matthew Kelly. And he went in and he says to the professionals, she says to him, how are you today? I'm fucking, do you know what? I'm actually brilliant. I've never felt better in a long, long fucking time. Do you know what she says? Would you like me to prescribe you some antidepressants? And you just think, you shouldn't be doing your fucking job. Totally. Why would you want to bring a guy down for feeling good? It's the same as the young lassie. I'm dealing with it. It's quite traumatic, but I'm dealing with it. Cool. Do you want some assistance? Because all that does...
I have my good days, my bad days, but...
Here's the representation, because you've opened the door. That door with all the shite in it. She's opening the door and she's just putting her hand in and bringing something out. There's another bit. And she's dealing with it. She know what to open the door fully, because that will take you over the edge.
Yeah.
Depending on what you've got behind that fucking door, and it all makes sense when you think, that's fucking right. Yeah. If I took every instance that I've hid inside that door and I opened it all up at once, bang, you're flooded with it. It can just flood your mind and ruin you. So the wee bits that's come in, see the Valium or the antidepressants or all the other labelled names and badges, they all do the same fucking thing. And do you know what they do? They're padlocks that go on the door. They stop you opening the fucking door, which just keeps it going. So what do you start then? Any other wee bits of shitey trauma, like, I had too much of the drugs and I mixed it with drinking. You're not going to believe what I've done. Doesn't matter what you've done. What do? You take the fucking envelope, you open the letterbox and you shove it into that room now, because you can't open the door because they've got it padlocked to fuck. Does that make sense to your head?
That fucking totally does, but
so it's not just me.
It's no, that makes fucking absolute sense, Alan, because see if you put alcohol and cocaine, put them in the same fucking body. Right, so you just take cocaine, you feel, fucking Jack, come on, I'll have the fucking world. Yes. Things are good, I'm Jack the fucking lad. Put drink in there as well, which is the fucking upper and downer. And it's just, I've lost what I was trying to get.
But what you're going to do, you've got the clash.
Right, so I'm taking, what's the fucking Valium? Because I'm needing to fucking come back. Because I'm up there somewhere. But at the same time, I'm smoking fucking weed, so I'm even fucking further down, and the two of them mixed together creates this craziness. Well, there's something going on. I cannot fucking think of that. Sorry, it's in there somewhere. Where if you're taking a recreational drug, so to speak, who says it's a fucking drug? But you're taking that recreational drug, and then you're prescribed something. That's the same. It could fucking throw you over the edge, because you're all right with the recreational drug, but then you're prescribed a drug that's made by fucking man, no less, and that fucking, the two of them together can fuck you up big time, Your
genetics is one thing.
Aye.
My genetics is another.
Aye.
We may have kind of similar attributes and everything else.
The DNA markers.
But hang on.
Aye.
My trauma might be bigger than yours. They prescribed me 10 Valium. James has only got a wee one down here.
Aye.
The effects of the drugs is because they know, it works on Alan and it does that. So give them 10 of them. The next minute you're swallowing your own fucking vomit.
Aye.
Because you can't hack them. How did they do that? Did they sit and watch you as they give you it? No, did they fuck the give you it until you, hopefully later. Come back?
Aye.
Every time it's money to them. Money. And that's all it is. Yeah. And that was the one that I wanted to say to you, was to me, because there's so much spirituality fucking floating about out there. I love it. I personally love it, and I want everybody to do it. But again, I'm not going to push nothing on Nick. I'm not a dealer
of spirituality.
But
spirit dealer.
That's it. But the one thing with anybody that's maybe looking to enlighten their own head or looking for an alternative. So if you are coming to the end, or you're looking at all the distractions that's there and think, fuck's sake, somebody give me somebody give me hope, or somewhere I can vent, or become somebody else. Spirituality seems to be the thing. The main one that I had there, I've just fucking forgot it.
I know, it's brutal. That's an age thing, Wells. I'm telling you.
It's a pity, because it made a lot of sense. But hey, we digress back to the track that we were on originally. And I'll never stop it, because exploring that whole side, opening that door, makes absolute fucking sense to my head. I didn't see how everybody else can see it the way that I see it, because I simplify it. Like the guy that doesn't just see a tree, he sees everything that's attributed
Every part
to it.
of the tree. Aye.
The tree knows to shed its leaves. It knows to rebirth every fucking season. What
It's
do
like
we
your
do?
trinkets that you've found, your pennies, your everything, right? Because I try and adopted that. Tried to adopt it. You kind of found about 22 pence or something. Yeah, in about 6 or 8 months, because
Right.
I don't see the same as fucking you see.
That's it.
I don't feel the same as you feel. You know.
When
It's
I
bizarre.
explain some of the stuff that I do, so if somebody says to me, how the fuck do you see that?
Aye.
I think, well, if I'm on a field and there's green grass
Aye.
and there's a £5 note, I'll spot it neighbour at all because it doesn't fit in.
Aye.
So when I'm looking for somebody with a broken brain,
Aye.
they didn't fit in.
They didn't
I
fit.
spot them.
Mhm.
I always have. But it's some of them that didn't want you looking, again, it's that eye thing. They didn't want you looking in. Because the eyes are the windows to the soul, when I look in, I can see the room. And if I can see all the shite that's in it, they didn't want you looking at that shite.
And
They want to deal with it.
that's the thing now. They're starting to find you.
I love that.
You're rattling enough
That's
cages now. There's enough doors being knocked out. Folk are coming
That's
to
why
the
I find
forefront.
it fascinating that I tried 3. I mean, maybe it is that I'm not supposed to be sat in one individual place,
No.
but these people that are helping,
Mhm.
they're helping themselves. They're not helping me, which means that they're not helping the people with the broken brains, because I think I can help them. I can certainly make them look at a different perspective. And the more I can simplify it, the more that it works with them. Because there was one guy that he'd phoned, so he'd got in touch. I says, right, let's do it then. So I phoned him. He put me on loudspeaker with his partner, who's in a whole new boat on their own. And see, when I simplify it, again, even if I just gave them the Matthew Kelly syndrome, they get it. And they're like, do you know? And this is a big one. And I've been seeing therapy for fucking years, and not once has any cunt says that to me. I know. Because if you fix yourself, you heal yourself, you're not going back.
You're not going back.
You need you coming back. Why? Because you've got a perversion in red wine. And you've got to pay for that for them. What else the fuck are they going to do? So it's, to me, it's horrible that
It's their created job.
that's it.
Their salary at the end of the year, their fucking mortgage,
It's-
their house, their camping trips, their fucking...
It's me as a glazer.
Aye.
All I do is I fit Wendy's. Cunt. Listen, youngster, I'm going to have to let you go here. How? Not got any work. What's the youngster got to do? He's going to go at job creation. He'll go around and smash every cunt's windows. Nice man. Cunt, tell you what, son, have you got any pals that can help us? Never been busier.
Aye,
It's job creation. They need broken brains. So if you suppress that ability to open that door by putting a padlock on it, you're going to see them. Why? Because they'll convince you that you didn't have to open that door. It's fine. No, let's stay a wee bit at a time.
Yeah.
We'll put a fishing rod through the door and we'll pull it one letter at a time. No good, because you really need to go in and do it. My whole thing would be that when you get these youngsters, because I don't know why, but 8-year-old seems to be a fucking marker for a lot of people. Something happens.
It's a 7-year cycle that we've spoke about.
I've always
you've
went
spoke
with the
about
sevens, yeah.
several times before. It's that 7-year
If
cycle,
it's-
and then going into the 8th, that's when the new shit's to
It
happen.
becomes infinite,
Aye.
yeah. And it'll stay there until you've managed to get in and deal with it.
Aye.
My personal belief is you shouldn't be able to come out of high school with any of that. None of it. You should be back in touch to realise that this is something. Because, again, the perpetuality is man.
Yeah.
Man creates it. Man puts it in the room and doesn't want you talking about it. Because look at what happens. You've got the police officer who just got not guilty. So we can't name him because it wasn't him. It's not guilty. Not proven. Whatever. He has been suspended by the force while they do their internal, which says, I'm smelling shite here. But what do you have? What else is missing at the fucking picture? 2 potential fucking Fruit Loops that are going to be the most wickedest pairy bastards because man doesn't believe them. Man hurt them. Man doesn't believe them. What are they then? Are they just another statistical fucking reminder of how man corrupts people's heads? Because at some point, at 26, they may have come out of failed relationships, drink, drugs, rock and roll, blah, 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 and then they want to open the door and talk about it. But right now they can't talk about it because they're standing there like, what the fuck happened? I went through the smoke. I've came out the other side and think, no, listen, I didn't want to be somebody else. I want to be me. Nah, you're lying. They didn't understand the victim mentality. When you're no heard, when you're no listening, you scream like a motherfucker inside your own head and you shatter your mind.
And what about the folk that didn't get the choice? They're fucking shoved through the door. Hey, by the way, you're going through there. Fucking good luck, whoever you come out as.
That's it. When you get somebody that's maybe fallen down a path and it's the wrong path, but that path, the Samuel L. Jackson, the path of the righteous man is both sides. You're walking down a corridor on both sides. Say you've been put into the care system because of whatever reason, mum and dad can't look after you, you're rebellious, da-da-da-da-da. You're in there quite normal. And then guess who's behind door number 1? It's like fucking, what's his name? Come on down with Leslie Crowther. Aye, there's Uncle Jimmy's going to babysit tonight. Come along and see Gary Glitter live in his bedroom.
Number 2.
You've got all these fucking doors that you can go through potentially.
It's like top of the fucking pops, isn't it?
Oh, it's the gamble, and it's a horrible, horrible fucking gamble because which one is it? No, which door do you go through? You didn't really get a choice. You get taken into the door because you didn't know the difference. And it's only when you come out the other side and you're like, fuck me, what was that all about? And then somebody tells you that was what that was about. And you're like, I can't talk about this. I can't hide. No, I need to hide. So you go and you hide it all in that door and you lock the door yourself. You control the key and you just keep building and building and building. A lot of people, like I say, can't handle it. I didn't want people to put anything in that fucking room. I want it to be what Ivy can see. When she wants to go home, she knows that is the direct link. That seat of God, if you want to call it that. It's not bizarre. I've done it lots of times.
Bizarre to you, because it was my small thing. Well, you're him. This is your bed, you know.
The mind is a sponge, and that's how it absorbs it. The youngest mind absorbs everything around about it. So when you're telling it the Tooth Fairy is real and Santa Claus is real, it believes it until somebody shatters that dream. You see the key word, the shattering. Simon Cowell will shatter your dreams if you think you're a singer and say, "No, you're shite. You're shite. Fuck off. Who the fuck are you to tell me my dreams are shite?" It's that same thing. A kid is open and it sees. A person that's in their twilight years that's, maybe a bit delusional, drug them up, get them morphine, drug them up, that will be the effects of the drugs. Ways to say that they're not seeing these people. I believe they're seeing them. I've always believed you're seeing them. They're kids. There was one kid, and I know that the individual knows exactly what I've got to say. They were a bit concerned, like you, like fucking kid. Kid's about maybe 18-month-old, 2 years toddling. And they're concerned. It keeps talking about the man. I was going to show me where the man is. Ran into the kitchen, pointed to the cupboard, and went like that. It's in there.
Up there.
Yeah. Why would you disbelieve it? Who are we? Because you think about it, however many hundreds of years ago we've had the conversation. You, you stay with it. Say you encouraged Ivy to keep this invisible friend going. The next minute, who comes along? The big boys. Burn her at the fucking stake, set her on fire. She's in league with Lucifer. That's why it all got suppressed. That's why it all got shut away.
Speaking of suppression, just while we're on this about people and their thought processes and everything like that, a friend of mine in Aberdeen, I say a friend, an acquaintance, got to know the guy. He's a good lad. I seen a side of him recently that I never knew existed, and it gave the boy some kudos. You know, I've realised that there's a fucking care inside of him, whereas he always ripped the piss out of me, and he was just one of them always ripping the piss out of everybody, to be honest. Not just me. But then I seen this side of him, a fucking care inside of him. A partner of his years ago, and I know he'll not mind me saying, because nobody knows fucking who's who. His partner, who I've met through the roller skating, stuff like that, young, attractive woman, but she kind of, not through drink, not through drugs, not through anything, has, in our terms, lost her way. I don't know how best to say it. She's been sectioned a couple of times now for no reason. There's been nothing she's done to herself, or no pills that she's been given up until now has made her go this way. But she sees, and I said to him the other day, she actually sees you, me, him, and every other fucker on this planet as an alien that are out to get her, right? But him, he's a good alien. He's an alien that's there to help her. And her dad is another alien that's there to help her. No, her dad. It's just an alien that's helping her.
What about females?
No, everybody's a fucking alien. Everybody. Apart from the boy I'm on about and the lassie's father.
Oh,
now, she's in her 30s. And I hadn't seen her for a while, obviously. But the boy tried to get her. She's only allowed out with him and she'll only go with him or the father. So he tried to bring her to the skating because she was happy there. She could do it. She just went round and round and round. But obviously it was too much for the lassie. I mean, they're fucking... And I actually says to him, fucking, there's 180 people coming here today. And he's like, got to try. And that's when I seen the care inside him. But 10 minutes in, he's off. She just couldn't take it. But that's no any fucking manipulation of drugs. But what I'm getting at is the difference in that lassie through taking the drugs. Young, attractive woman turned into this huge, almost obese, eyes fucking, one's at home, one's fucking sticker twist, out the game with fucking man's drugs, right? To allegedly help her. It's no fucking helping her. She is, without any drugs, adamant that we're all fucking aliens. Now, when I says to him, I says, but Mark, what if she's fucking right? What if we are? And we don't fucking know it. And I could see he was like, oh, didn't get me started. He says, didn't get me fucking started, I'm away.
But have you never ever sat and
but
thought...
that's the fucking thing, that could be the case.
We're sitting here right now. What makes you think that I'm actually real? Your mind could be conjuring this up.
Aye.
See that room, right? Now, I refer to it as a viewing room.
Aye.
Now, they're two windows. You'll have saw
Aye,
the
I could
doodles
have just
because
fucking unlocked that door and walked through it.
It might never have been a door. You could be plugged into the fucking matrix. This could all be illusion because the mind is that fantastic. You could be creating me. You've wrote the part.
Aye.
You just forgot all about it. So now you're playing the lead act in your story. This is your movie. I'm just a bit part.
Somebody wrote this.
Exactly. I've never once
There's this
no
guy
question.
James and he goes to fucking here and he meets up with this guy here. And
I used to sit years ago and I'd be sitting looking at somebody, and again, it may appear as a strange thing for anybody looking. If people would be reflecting, thinking, I used to fucking stare all the time. I'd stare at somebody and thinking, how do I know that what I'm seeing is what you're seeing? Do you see me the way I see myself in a mirror? No, how much is true? How do we, because we didn't think alike, well, now I would say that we do share a lot of attributes the same, because you get to know me and you understand my thinking in a lot of things and my outlook, my views on certain things. So you know me a lot better than the average guy. Guys that I grew up with, you'll know more about me than they've ever fucking known about me. They're speculating.
It's the influence thing as well, because you've opened my mind to a few things as well that's helped me personally. So it's kind of that. It's getting a wee bit of your time.
It's the two different things that if they're at polar opposites of the world. How do I know that you see life the same as I see life? Which then, when you actually take that representation of your eyeballs, how do I know that your eyes are seeing me the way that I see me? No, how do you see this? Do you see it the same as me? I've done these things for fucking years. And again, it goes right back to the drunk.
She sees us all as fucking some sort of alien. What they are. It might be the fucking ayahuasca aliens. You know how they all say about this blue fucking alien that's... She maybe fucking sees us all.
Do you know,
like
see all the blue aliens and everything else? All you need to do is remember about your childhood in Ready Brick, and everybody had a glow. What is that fucking glow? What is it that's emitting? If they were to bring in ultraviolet lights, how many of us look different under an ultraviolet light? There's all these things there, but the questionability is for somebody that sits there and questions it. And because I saw the feelings of man for an early age, and I picked up on it for an early age, because when the drunk is telling me that I'm a fucking idiot, that suppresses these things that I'm letting go now. I've had to keep them in that room. But I'm saying to them, shh, didn't fucking say anything, but let us out. And you're like, no, you can't. Oh, come on, fucking let us out. This is born. Look at that cunt. He's a fucking idiot. You could tell him to do that differently. Why does he not do that? And all the wee voices inside your head are questioning all the time, but I'm the guy that has to suppress it all. And know that I've got voices inside my head. That's another ball game. But no, I didn't have that. But the questionability, because I was told I was a fucking idiot. I was fucking stupid. So I suppress it all, which is mere and mere baggage to put in this fucking room. But I always kept the autopsy room, the dissection clear.
Well, there's a fucking load of folk glitching as well.
Oh, aye.
Holy fuck. There is people that are
Isn't
just...
it weird, though?
Oh, Alan, I passed a boy. Now, this is seemingly a thing I've lived in Edinburgh 29 years. I'm not in it now, but 29 years I've never seen this guy. But seemingly a few folk round about me have said, oh no, that's his thing. There was a boy I was going along Seafield Road. I'd been at the lockup getting clean and shite. And he's up and down off the curb. Up and down off the curb. Up and down off the curb. And I'm watching him. And I'm driving. I was like, do I pull over? Do I see if the boy's all right? And he's up and down off the curb. And then I'm asking myself, is this a matrix? And I'm fucking driving along the road. Did I just see somebody glitching the other day there? But anyway, I tell somebody the story. Oh, that's that fucking gadget down there. He does that everywhere he goes. And it's like again, maybe an autism thing where or a compulsive thing where they've got to shut the door 10 times and look at 5. Well, that's seemingly his thing. Just gets up and down off the curb. Up and down, will I go, will I go, will I don't? Will I go, will I no? And then, what was I getting at? Another boy was up at the Commonwealth Pool. And I'm standing there, we're cleaning the windows there. And I'm looking at this boy, and he's up at the wall. And I thought, is it fucking, square ball? And he's getting at that, and he's deadpan at the wall. And I thought, is there somebody else fucking glitching? He's stuck at the wall, fucking doing his thing with his hands. Fucking bizarrest thing ever. But to these people, that's a reality.
Fucking right, it's a reality.
And I mean,
but take what they're doing. He's up and down off the curb.
Aye.
He's entertaining his head.
Aye.
He's square boxing
At
with
the
pillars.
fucking wall. Aye.
The lassie's looking at aliens.
Aye.
Do you not see the running theme through that?
Aye.
What reality is real?
Is it me that's fucking glitching?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying to you. How do you see what I see?
Aye.
How do you know you're seeing what I'm seeing?
Aye.
I look at people, and there's some people, and I'm thinking, and I used to stare at them, and I would say all the fucking time, somebody would say, no, what's going on? But how do you do that? Do what? Get up in the morning. How do you fucking manage that? Because you're off your fucking rocker. Because I didn't see them as normal. Now look at what normal society is. It's somebody saying, oh, that's Bobby, he does that all the time.
Does it all the time.
Well, why do you not ask him why he fucking does it? Why is he doing it? Do you ever take the time? No, you fuck, I do my thing. So that guy that's stepping up and off the curb is like, I need to do this. Why? Because I'll end up like you fucking bampot, going along there cleaning windows to kowtow to some cunt to get money. For what? So you can go by, I'll just stay here, mate. I'm quite happy in my world. You can fuck off in yours. Well, no, not in my world. Really, you go to the court and listen to a man with a fucking wig dictating what you're going to do. You didn't even know what he's doing. He could be fiddling through the back there. You've not got a fucking clue. You're listening to a doctor trying to sell you drugs, and you're going to take them and alter your mind state. Why do you not just fucking remove yourself from that society and do what we're doing? I believe you're aliens, yeah. Why? Because I can't see how you're normal. You will clap along. Look at Jimmy Savile. I want to write in. I want to go and Jim will fix it. I want to sit on Gary Glitter's knee. I want all this. I want fucking want. They're seeing it like that. I didn't want to be in your fucking world, mate, because your reality is fucking stupid. I'm quite happy over here with the batchy cunts. I've always been the same. I mingle with them. A lot of people will shut themselves away from it. They just remove themselves from society and think, I'm going to lock myself up. I can't fucking deal with you. She's a fucking batchy. But they can't turn around and say to people in the doctor's surgery, you're off your fucking head. Why? Because they'll all look at them and judge them. It's that old movie with the guy that puts the glasses on. And he sees them all differently. It's that. Everybody's playing along with this shit. And you think, well, what is actually real?
What was that movie? Because that was fucking aliens. They were seeing
it's they or them or something like that. I think.
And the billboards and everything were changing.
Everything's subliminal messaging. Well, look at what it is. Now look at the shite that were. I can't do it without getting the technical. It's always been the same.
Way before its time, that fucking thing. Because that is exactly how it is. Everything's a fucking message.
So there's one for you. Take the lassie in Aberdeen. And take the guy that wrote that fucking story, that managed to convince somebody else to put a camera on it, and all these actors, because was it Roddy Piper? I think it was a wrestler that played the main part. Convince everybody to make this movie, and then see what they say about it 30, 40 years down the line. Who's the crackpot? Is it her that's seeing aliens? Because what the fuck? How did he get away with it? So if she could tell that to
that story,
a writer and then have him put it out there, you're talking about saying, your cunt's ahead of its time. Is she ahead of her time? Is she seeing something that we can't see? Because let's be honest, the amount of things that are going on just now in society with toasters, with fake wars, whether they're real or no, all this fucking stuff, people are now looking down. Fuck off. Are you having a laugh? That laddie that's talking about Fisher, them, like, fuck off. I watched a parody and it was like, so would we be singing Free Nelson them Della? And everything that had man in it, you're like, fuck off. Stop confusing people because you're just trying to distract them for something else. How many of the people that are pushing that out there are actually aliens? Are the people that if you put the right glasses on, you'll see them for what they are, that they have an agenda. Whereas everybody else just wants to live a normal fucking life. I want to be happy. I want to enjoy my life. I didn't want you telling me that the gas prices are going through the roof. Oh, they're looking at dropping it by this. You're like, wait. You're riding along in this fucking... Because when I draw the pictures of boats, I just want an easy fucking boat. That's it. I saw one, I think it was a Banksy one, and it was I took a screenshot of it, and it was we're on the same boat, and I wrote underneath it, just don't fucking rock it. It's the painting that I'd done with the boats, I gave that away, but it's the same thing. I'm in my wee boat, just any fucking rock it with your bullshit. Fuck off. I'm a happy guy. I'm ecstatic. I'm trying to help other people become happier within their own self, their own journey. You didn't have to take this shite seriously. Man will upset that fucking apple cart. He will rock that boat because he doesn't want you being happy. Why? Because you're no buying into his agenda, which is the distraction. He wants you fucking angry. You can't say anything, and you know, I think somebody says you can't take a photo of an immigrant that's taking a photo of you. You can be some shite. Guys are going in, they're homeless, they need the roof over their head. Why? Because it gives them stability. That then allows them to progress, to get to see their kids, to form a relationship, to get back out there and back in the treadmill and play the game. Just give me a roof. His first port of call is he's going to go in there and say, but if I was a fucking foreigner, that then triggers the system to say, well, see, we were right about the racism. You're a racist. I want to be a toaster. Oh, come on. Then we say, fucking stupid, you're this, that, and the other.
You'll need to call me they.
You're homophobic. It's all that. They're just playing to the distraction. And I said it way back. It's only a distraction. It's their game. Just step back. Play your fucking game. And then you'll get to see, like the lassie in Aberdeen, who's the fucking aliens? Because it's the BAMs that are like, yeah. You watch enough of these podcasts, TikToks, and everything else to be able to see that there is a narrative out there. But people aren't taking it. There's that many people. The guy that's stepping off the curb, he's going to stop stepping off the curb very, very fucking shortly. But when he sees that other people out there are actually what he perceives as normal. Because the reality that we live in is no fucking normal. You can't have wee girls turning up on Pennywell Road yesterday to say, we want fucking pedos out of here. We didn't want them in here. And the police will, they'll keep their distance, they'll keep an eye on it. But the police know exactly where they are. The police and the council put them in there. Why are they putting them there? To incite you to violence? Because that's all you're going to get. They're at me. You know my story. I'm not a fucking fan of paedophilia. No. It does things to your head. So I can't stand there as a muscle man. Because see, if the paedophile was to come out and say the wrong fucking word, I know what the monkey is. I know what the man is. They've made a pact and they're happy that they both coexist within the same fucking barnet. Yeah. But one of them might just decide, just step up. Then my liberty's gone. The policeman stands there like that. Got you. You've just justified our existence, silly cunt. You're like, but I didn't get it. You put him there and you know he's there. You know that there's a chance of volatility that I could attack him. We know. All right, so that's your game then. You're trying to make me fight. You're trying to make me look like a racist. You're trying to make me look like a homophobic bastard. And you're trying to make me, because violence is violence. Just proved the point. What do you mean I proved the point? We just attacked that man. But he's a fucking paedophile. That's nothing to do with you. That's
a civil matter.
You leave that at the hands of the law.
Fucking whatever.
But right
a
now,
legal matter, sorry.
But right now, if you later rely on anything in court that you use as a defence, you're never going to win. Again, it's a shitty game unless you step back. Everybody wants to get involved in a fight. I would say you step back.
It's a shitty
They're
game.
knocking themselves off the edge. They are bringing in their own fucking demise because everybody's seeing, hopefully, the agenda that's happening. The wee guys that are promoting spirituality, get in touch with your inner self and just watch, and then you'll see the system go flying down shit creek, and you're like, wow, that's right. They're all by me. They want me to get in the fight. If I get in the fight, I'll get done. I'll get a fine. I'll have to pay man's fucking fine. So where you're telling me to give that to somebody to take it to cash generator? No, just go down and stand at a march and start shouting, get aggravated, let them push your button, and you'll get the fucking fine. So you'll want to tell it to pay the fine.
To pay the fine. You'll bet cash
Vicious
generator
circle.
yourself.
Vicious fucking circle, and it's a horrible game that they're trying to play. But if you have that analytical mind that doesn't see a tree, you'll step back and you'll think, now that makes sense. You know they want me to get angry. They want me to be a racist, a homophobe. Why? Cash generator. They're going to fine you. And you're going to end up the baddie. The young lassies were doing it. You think women are the only ones that can do this. Why?
Yeah.
Because they create life.
Yeah.
These pedos, they smash it. They smash it right in the fucking head, and they're not willing to do it. Guys, we're Neanderthalic fuckers. We'll attack.
We'll attack, aye.
Then,
We'll out the fucking norm.
then the weirdo becomes the victim. How the fuck does that work in a just world? So now you can see why people see aliens and why they step over cubs and punch
Shapes
wars.
it was, aye.
It's a safer fucking place.
And on that note,
Is that us? What have we done?
1 hour 6.
Oh, fucking. That was
Time
all right,
travel,
eh?
mate. Time travel.
Time travel, but look at where it travelled to.
Oh,
I don't think there's any crossroads you missed
flew
there.
over everything on that one.
Cunts are going to have to rewind it. What did he say?
Aye, what did he say? What was that about again?
What camera was he
Who
on?
was he talking about?
Hang
What's
on,
her name?
hang on. What was that? Matthew Kelly, stars in their eyes.
Stars in
I need to do that
aye.
one.
Who am I going to be the night? There'll be some cunt wanting to use it.
Jeffrey, get the window lean out. Let's get the windows done.
Aye.
We need to be able to see each other.
So will we go and get a brew?
I think we should.
I think we should come back.
Fuck off.
You got
and
time
for
to
a
come
brew.
back?
Fuck yeah.
Right, okay.
Unless you're the Grim Reaper, I'm for
Oh,
time.
fuck, aye, let's go.
What do you want? A balloon? A badge? There's no labels here, Niebuhr.
But we do a cheap rate in Valium.
Aye, and I've got to say fucking ass. Right,
Because you've been pumped. It's your back sitting here like this.
It's alright. Missed it. Fucking missed this.
Muscle
right?
memory, muscle memory.
Aye. I wish the fucking arse cheek would remember.
I love these. The arse is the last
I'm
thing.
sitting on the fucking
Small
edge of it,
bit,
though. I'm going to move it for the next one.
Comfortability.
Eva, it's over to you.
Toodle pip for now. Hi ho silver. Away.
And adios, amigo.